remains to be seen. We're going to continue to push. I don't have a final answer for you.
With me is BBC Arabic's Mohamed Taha. Mohamed, President Biden was really how the world learnt about this ceasefire deal 2 weeks ago. There he is. He was meant to be answering questions about another topic and got slightly frustrated with the reporter when asked about this. Is it because he's frustrated at the lack of progress on this deal?
Indeed, this deal is not going anywhere because Hamas submitted a reply for the proposal saying that there should be, from the beginning of starting the proposals, guarantees of a permanent ceasefire, a full withdrawal of the Israeli forces from Gaza. Israel will never, and the right-wing Israeli government would never commit to that. Israel wants a permanent presence in Gaza that would guarantee them hunting Hamas member at any moment, as exactly they do in the West Bank. And Hamas would never ever hand any hostages, knowing that after they will hand the hostages, the Israeli forces will hunt them themselves. Apparently, this is not an option for them.
If you think that there will be a deal, there has to be a deal. You think of outside pressures on both of them. America clearly pushing the Israelis. Who would be pushing Hamas behind the scenes right now for a deal?
Of course, Qatar and Egypt would trying to convince Hamas that a permanent ceasefire is in the horizon. So if they would agree now, that will happen one day. And do you
get the sense that there is a lot of pressure from them at the moment?
Of course, there is a lot of pressure, but Hamas is two parts: the political part, which is based in Qatar, and the people who are fighting in the ground, led by Sinwar, on the ground. So if they would convince the political side, the people who are on the ground, that the Israeli wants really to kill them, like Sinwar and Mohamed would never agree on a deal that will keep the Israeli forces inside Gaza.
Now, for Israel, they're facing resistance both in the south and in the north at the moment.
Of course, they are fighting now on the south and the north. They are fighting in Gaza. We saw a shelling in Gaza, on the city of Gaza, on Rafah. 19 people died. The people in Gaza who are expecting to celebrate the Eid on Sunday and the Arafat Day tomorrow are really desperate for aid, as Samantha Power of the American U.S. Development Agency is saying that only 90 trucks are going to Gaza every day. They need more than 400 trucks. They are really in dire situation in the south.
And in the north with Hezbollah, how serious is that getting?
This is really extremely serious. We saw an exchange of shelling, the worst since this war began, right. But it's still limited to the southern Lebanon and northern Israel. All the fear from the US and from the whole world that this shelling would extend to the capital of Lebanon, Beirut, or extend in Israel to cities like Haifa and Tel Aviv, as happened in 2006, and this will be an explosion to the situation in the region.
Okay, concerns remaining on both borders. Thank you very much, Mohamed, for bringing us up to date with all of that.
Thank you.
Around the world and across the UK, you're watching BBC News.